Hello everybody and welcome to day 66 on my 365-day iPhone video challenge. I have a cup of tea. It is 6 o'clock in the evening. It's cold. It's dark outside. But I am here. We have been talking about Patrick Lencioni's 5 dysfunctions of a team. And we're on dysfunction 2, fear of conflict. Now, people don't like conflict because it can feel uncomfortable. But for me, the idea of conflict, I'm Irish, I'm very comfortable with conflict. The main idea of conflict is to produce the best solution in the shortest period of time. Now, it's important to distinguish productive conflict from destructive fighting and name calling and interpersonal politics. You know, it's not that. It's about conflict around the issues. What I often find with companies is if there isn't conflict around the issues, it becomes personal. It becomes, if people don't have, if people hold back and don't agree with an idea, what they actually start to do, or if there is a problem and they don't deal with it, rather than it becoming issue-based, it becomes personality-based. You start to blame the person, which I think is far more destructive than actually if you'd solved the issue in the first place. Lencioni has a number of quotes in his book, obviously. One of the ones that I think is good. It's the lack of conflict that's a problem. Harmony itself is good if it comes as a result of working through issues constantly and cycling through conflict. But if it comes only as a result of people holding back their opinions and honest concerns, then it's a bad thing. And he has another lovely quote. Frustration sometimes surfaces in the form of subtle comments, but more often than not, it's bottled up and carried around. And I see that all the time. The sly dig, the little comment, in a meeting, and these little micro aggressions, because actually they're not dealing with the issues openly and honestly, properly. And if companies that don't feel comfortable with conflict have boring meetings, they create environments where back-channel politics and personal attacks thrive. They ignore controversial topics that are probably crucial to the team's success. They don't want to bring it up. They don't want to have those conversations, so they ignore it. They fail to tap into all opinions and perspectives, and they waste time and energy with posturing and proving a point, and I think he calls it interpersonal risk management. I think I read that somewhere, which I thought was a great phrase, interpersonal risk management. You spend your time, everything you say is about making sure you keep yourself safe, which is, useful, perhaps, but probably not the best for the team. Teams that engage in conflict have lively, interesting meetings. They're certainly lively. They extract and exploit the ideas of all team members. They solve problems quickly. I mean, that's the thing. Conflict should be quick. They minimize politics, and they put critical topics on the table for discussion. Now, it's important to point out that people will always feel uncomfortable in conflict. There are ways in which you can, as leaders, help people deal with conflict. And we're going to cover them more in depth tomorrow. But the first one is mining for conflict, where the leader actively mines for conflict. He actually challenges his people to give open feedback within the room. But how can we do that? Well, we'll discuss that not tomorrow, because tomorrow is the catch-up. We'll discuss that on Monday. See you then. Bye-bye.